like.
Now here's a little story I've got to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with Kevin, Randy, and the man John P.
What are you guys doing? No, what? No, I got an idea. Stop that.
I don't want to stop it.
You don't want to stop it?
We should keep going.
It was good. I was trying to give you a straight face, but
Why did you scream?
My neighbors
so
have heard us screaming for the last half an hour. Like, what are they doing?
What are they doing over there?
Should we just keep going? We're a minute into this thing now.
Well, half of it's been just us talking.
Yeah.
Technically, the whole hour is going to be just us talking, but...
Yeah, so, hey, everybody, welcome to...
John, Kevin, and Randy.
As you guys can tell, Randy's with us today.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Whether you like me or not, I'm still at your doorstep.
No, he really is.
Dubstep.
Dubstep is an even 120 beats per minute, and it has a drop every 45 seconds.
Pretty much it sounds like Transformers.
Soundwave.
Or robots doing it. That's what one girl actually told me. It sounds like robots doing it. So, but I like Transformers better. She can just
she can just turn her back and walk somewhere else.
Yeah, she can walk away.
Okay, well, anyway, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Just Kidding with John and Kevin.
Really keeping this
with our special guest Randy today. And today we actually really don't have much to talk about. We didn't have anything too specific picked out. So today, since Randy's with us, we're going to call this segment
Randy Randomness.
Not really exactly.
Randomness.
Random. Okay, we have Randy Randomness.
Ramdom. You have to put it that way.
Randomness. Okay, so Randy is gonna just take it away with his randomness of the day. So,
do you have randomness like saved up,
yeah.
or does it just happen?
Well, the word randomness.
Sometimes it just happens. You know what I mean? Like the other day, I was like working in the produce, and I went up front, talked to Katie and them, and I was like, I need to come get a mic, and Susan was like, oh, so you're getting lonely over there? I was like, I'm always lonely. I have no one to talk to except the corn. They have ears, but they don't talk back. And then she looked at me and started laughing. She's like, that was stupid. I was like, I know it was corny.
Aw, boo.
Yeah.
My grandpa has stupid jokes like that, too. Like, if you say something and you ask him why he did something, he's like, oh, for the halibut. Oh, that sounds fishy. And I'm just like, Grandpa, stop. You're 70 years old and you gotta stop.
It's like the only joke he knows. Like, he's just waiting.
He does it all the time, too.
Yeah.
He just waits.
It was fun.
That's cool. All right.
So did you guys enjoy our song that we composed specifically for you guys? Well, actually, that was them composing, and I had no idea what was going on.
That was all Kevin's brainchild. Like, that was his thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty random. Okay, if you could punch any celebrity in the face, who would it be? And why?
Lindsay Lohan.
Why?
Because she used to be pretty good when it was a Parent Trap, a long time ago when she made herself a twin.
When she could have actually had a good career.
Really good career. And then she did Freaky Friday, then as soon as Freaky Friday hit, downhill. Because then Mean Girls and the Freaky Friday time was about the same.
I think Mean Girls was, like, so ridiculously popular for her. And then, like, that was it. She's like, time to start drugs.
And drinking and becoming a whore and everything.
I probably punch Mike Tyson. Reason why
Really?
I do that.
What if he was going to hit you
It'd be
back?
the last punch I ever had. So,
Might as well make it count.
Yeah.
I don't think Mike Tyson would be a person I would punch just for no reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It'd be the last one.
We have like three totally different answers because I would punch the Pope. So
Which
like
one? This one or the old one, Benedict?
Any of them. That thing would be fun
It'd
because
be
like
punch.
I'm not Catholic, so like to me he's just a regular dude, and it'd be fun because you could be like, I punched the Pope.
Right.
So you would punch Lindsay Lohan, Mike Tyson, and the Pope.
What if
those three
were together?
Well, okay, now here's the thing. Here's the match. Okay, so the Pope, as is, Lindsay Lohan with she's blindfolded, and Mike Tyson has one hand tied behind his back, and he's blindfolded and wearing like earplugs, so he can't hear where people are at. They're all in a ring to fight.
All he has to do is put his arm out and spin around in circles.
Okay, what if his like elbow was like one arm was tied up, and his other elbow was also attached to his body, so he only had like the length of his elbow.
I think a more fair way to do it is just cut off both of his arms.
Okay, what if he didn't have arms?
What if he's an amputee?
What if we
you're
body
mean
wrapped him?
to amputees, you know that?
No, not just Mike Tyson.
Okay, that's fine.
I like Mike Tyson, though.
Yeah.
I like him. But, I mean, like... Well, okay, so an amputee Mike Tyson fights the Pope. Let's say the Pope minus 20 years. So
now,
he's, like, a little bit
1 second.
stronger.
Are we doing this, like, all three of them in there at the same time?
Right, like a death match.
Or is it, like, a tournament type of thing?
No, death match.
Death match. I think
And then
Mike,
Lindsay Lohan is... she can't see.
I think the Pope may actually pull this one off, because if you think about it, Mike can't see anything. Lindsay can't see anything.
Right.
The Pope can see.
And Mike also can't hear.
Yeah, but the Pope can just move out of the way and just sit in the corner and wait for them to beat each other up. Or Mike Tyson to knock her out in one hit, and then...
But he doesn't have arms, so he would probably have to rely on kicking, and that's
or
definitely
his
not his... Yeah, that's true. He did bite Evander Holyfield's ear off. Like that,
just like that, Randy?
Yeah.
Oh, if only you could have seen his face. If only.
Man.
He's trying to kick, too. Like, trying to kick them and bite at the same time. It'd be kind of rough. Yeah, so...
I don't know. You really have to be kind of, like, crazy to, like, legitimately want to bite somebody's ear off.
Well, actually, a long time ago...
mid-match.
My mom was in this jury. Was in a jury, and it wasn't in here. This dude, these two guys got in a bar fight, and one actually bit the other guy's nose off. And she was in the jury for, see if the dude was guilty or not. I don't remember what they said, but the dude literally bit another guy's nose right off.
That's gross.
It is. Like, how did that even happen in the first place? Like, they're fighting each other out, and then all of a sudden, I'm gonna bite your nose off?
It probably wasn't even fighting. It was probably like wrestling.
Being nosy. You know?
You get it? Like, nosy?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's slapstick.
Or lack thereof.
There's a little slapstick, I'm sorry.
Alright, so let's talk celebrities.
Talk celebrities?
Let's talk celebrity fights. Who would be a great celebrity fight?
Did you ever watch that,
Celebrity death
match where they're all like the clay people?
That was awesome. They had some fun fights on there too. They had some fun.
Okay,
fights.
So celebrities. So if we could match up anybody, okay, let me pick one for you.
Okay,
now,
you can even do characters, but you can't pick like Rocky Balboa versus like I don't know anybody that's normal because Rocky Balboa is the man in the movie, especially Rocky IV when he fights the Russian. I couldn't stand that Russian.
Let me see. Okay, we'll do Brad Pitt in the time of like Troy, the movie Troy.
Okay.
Against...
Not Fight Club Brad Pitt.
No.
Okay.
Troy. Against Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn.
Dude, Brad Pitt.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Come on.
Really?
And then Chris Hemsworth the Thor.
I guess I'm a little biased because I actually love Lord of the Rings, but I think Viggo could kind of beat up Brad a little bit.
Okay, so if Andy Dick had a weird off against Tim Burton, who's more weird?
I think... Okay, I'll let Randy answer this one because I have one answer. I want to see if it matches.
I have no comment for that.
No comment? I'm going to say...
It's that bad.
I honestly think it depends on what type of weirdness you mean because Tim Burton, his weirdness is kind of portrayed in his art and in his style of, movie. Andy is just a freaking weirdo.
He is a weird dude.
But he's not... I think he more plays weird just because he's famous, and that's what he's known as.
Because he can't get any acting gigs anymore.
I think if Tim Burton were to create a person, it would be Andy Dick.
Actually, I think But who would play it? Johnny Depp?
Dude, Johnny Depp is the man.
Remember a while ago we were
He has all the coolest, roles in movies ever. Like, he is Edward Scissorhands. He's like Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, yeah.
He is like... he's the Sweeney Todd,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Wonka. He was Wonka.
Mad Hatter. And,
exactly.
He has the coolest roles.
Remember whenever we were talking about Tim Burton in our movies, and we were talking about his wife who always plays in all the movies as well?
Did you find out her name?
Helen McBonham Carter or something like that.
Helen Bonham Carter.
Helen
McBottom.
McBottom.
I was like, what the word?
I couldn't remember all of it.
I'll take 3 McDoubles and 2 McBottoms, please.
Like, after we recorded, like a couple days later, I thought of it for some reason, and I just kept forgetting to tell you.
That's awesome.
But she also plays in all of his movies too. We were saying she's also in the Harry Potter series.
Man, I thought about you the other day because some little kid was walking past me reciting Harry Potter like characters, and it was all people I've heard you say before, and I'm like, nerd.
Nerd. Just so you guys know, every time something nerdy happens, they're gonna try to do
the nerd card.
The nerd card.
Nerd.
And typically, I'm gonna be the one who gets the nerd card.
Yeah. Well, you have like the science fact of the day you've been doing.
It's a fun fact, okay? It's a fun fact. It can be science related.
When
it
gets
be...
really nerdy, we start up the Formula One nerd card.
You guys are jerks.
I'm sorry.
Forgive us later.
Okay, so on the topic of celebrities, now I picked those two for you: Brad Pitt and Troy, and Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn.
That's such a lame matchup.
Well, you do one, okay, you jerk.
I did one. I even had like
Okay.
people's hands tied up and everything. I had a good one.
Because those two are pretty much even.
You instantly go to Lord of the Rings.
I know, I
That's your
have
go-to. So
I got
like,
one.
Harry Potter versus Aragorn. Aragorn versus
Harry Potter.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Aragorn.
What do you got, Randy?
Well,
What do you
I have
got?
one. Jason Statham.
That's the dude, Transporter. Okay,
Transporter versus. Oh man, I just had
Dude, how
Mark
about-
Wahlberg.
Dude, Mark Wahlberg's cut.
Yes,
That dude's big
That's what
right
I'm
now.
saying.
Because he's in a movie with The Rock right now, and that dude is huge.
that would be a good fight.
Where did he come from? Like all of a sudden, he got like super big.
He came from Boston. He came from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm just telling you, he's from
That has nothing
Boston.
to do with his size, though. I don't know where did he get these muscles from.
Where'd he get it from? Boston.
Boston.
He got it from Boston.
You guys are making fun of those people.
No, not
No.
That's how they are.
No, that's the way it is. I love that place.
That's just the way it is.
I've never been to Boston.
Things never be the same.
You'll go
Okay,
and you'll love
off
it.
the topic of areas, like where would you guys travel if you could travel anywhere?
How about this? If you could send your worst enemy to live in any city, where would it be?
City or
City.
state
City.
or country?
City.
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 S-I-T-Y, city.
At least you spelled it right. I'm proud of you. We just taught him that yesterday.
It's a S-I-T-T-Y.
It was on a
I'll tell you
spelling test
what,
I
man.
gave him yesterday. He finally got it.
Man, Lydia and I went to Detroit a few years back. We went to go see the art museum, like downtown Detroit. Dude, it was horrible. Like, it was so terrible. Driving into the city, like, you like to have a nice skyline when you drive into a city, make it all like, ah. But no, you, like, drive into, like, Detroit, and there's this hugest building, and it's missing every window, every door. You can literally see through the building, like these
Like a
giant
parking deck
Yeah,
style?
and it had like plastic blowing off of it and stuff.
Was it a parking deck?
No, dude,
Okay, just
it
wanted
was
to
a
make
legit
sure.
building. Like, it was horrible. I'm like, you hear all this stuff about Detroit being crap, and then that was like the first thing I saw, and I'm like, wow.
And then like right next to you have the huge like stadium and whatnot for them.
I didn't even see the stadiums, but we flew into Detroit one time, and we got to fly over a Detroit Tigers game, which is really cool. And their airport's really cool because they have a wall that lights up different colors depending on the beat of the music that they're playing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But that's like the only cool things in Detroit.
So where would I send my worst enemy?
Worst enemy too.
It's a city.
Right.
Probably somewhere like. Well, okay. Here's a question: Is my worst enemy African American or Caucasian?
That is rude.
No, I'm just asking.
That is terrible.
I would send him in the deep south.
That is
as opposed to the north or
wow.
the
Okay.
Midwest.
Well, how about
or
this? What
West
if you had
or-
to send one of each?
one of each?
Right.
Wow, you guys are killing me right now.
Dude, I might give a shout out to like back home. Like, I would send somebody, my worst enemy, to like Youngstown, Ohio. Like, it's terrible. There's like no jobs, no money.
I
The
would
weather's
send-
terrible.
I know somewhere to go, and you used to live there too, near Pembroke.
Yes.
And I love the people there. I absolutely love the people there, but there's nothing to do around there.
See,
Dude,
I'm not. I haven't-
Laurinburg
I haven't
was
tr-
terrible.
I haven't traveled much, so I don't know much about
Yeah.
like cities and stuff. But I've been through Fayetteville, and Fayetteville is a pretty boring place.
Fayetteville's rough.
Because all it is
But
just
there's
like,
a lot more to do in Fayetteville.
and then and it's actually
Right. It reminds me of like a Jacksonville almost.
yeah.
Yeah,
but Jacksonville has the fort there with it, so it kind of.
Fayetteville has a base there too.
I mean, but it's like
It's an army base. It's
I'm
Fort
talking about
Bragg.
like with this one, it's the Camp Lejeune or Lejeune or however you want to
It's
call
right
it.
in
So
the middle
it's-
of Jacksonville.
And it's
But
like
see,
it's like the main
Jacksonville,
thing.
Compared to Wilmington, Jacksonville is spread out. There's like sections. Like you have the newer part, like in Western, and then you have the other part, like growing out towards.
Then you have the
Henderson.
military
The
section.
military
Yeah,
section.
and I've only been in Jacksonville
you
a couple times, and I know that as well.
It's crazy. I mean, it's big. It's gotten a lot bigger in the years.
And I've actually when I
Yeah.
went to go pick up my dog a long time ago, it was a little less than a year ago, so I guess not a long time ago, but
Just a few months ago.
it was like yesterday.
Feels like a year ago.
But we had to drive all the way down to Lumberton to get him, and there was nothing in
Went to
Lumberton.
Lumberton.
But
That's
all
where-
was in Lumberton was just fields of corn.
And
It was-
Randy, seriously, how bad were the Native Americans there?
It's best not to even step into that.
Dude,
that
they were like
territory.
so like
It's-
into
it's-
their culture and
Mhm.
hating the white
So,
man.
and-
Like
and
it's
I
crazy.
can't blame them because they're the majority. But sometimes there would be instances where you would go into Walmart down there and you would get stared down.
Yeah,
At least they have a
they
Walmart.
warned me. That was one of the
Yeah.
first things we heard when Lydia and I moved to Laurinburg. They said, "Listen, don't go here, here, and here because you are not welcome. You'll get
Yeah.
hurt." I mean, it was crazy. They aren't
Yeah,
kidding around.
I mean,
Holy crap.
I'm
Yeah.
friends with a lot of them down there. I like that, I like the area, but there was just really not much to do. So I just
Can we also send
another
like
time.
our not worst enemy, like our favorite person somewhere too?
Where would you send your favorite person then? At an American city.
And then, you're killing me now because I was going to send
American
to New
city.
Zealand.
No,
American city.
American
Now,
city. Your
the
favorite
first
person
question
in the
is,
world.
who is my favorite person in
Me.
the world?
Where would you send me?
Where would I send you?
With Randy.
Hi, I'm
So-
just attached to
Okay.
You sound like the wizard on the Wizard of Oz. It's like-
him. Let's
the-
go
not the
fishing!
wizard.
No.
No, I mean the cowardly lion.
Yeah.
We go.
Yeah.
That was more like a Chewy.
Yeah, there
That's
you
like
go.
a Chewbacca thing.
Randy Randomness.
I can't
of
do
the day.
that. I've always tried. I can just burp. That's all I can do.
This is the worst episode yet.
We may have to
we are
scratch
today.
it. We may have to scratch it and restart, but I don't think we will. How far
No,
are
it's
we?
all good.
We're already
like
17.
17
We're
minutes
still,
in.
we're still doing. We're still
Where would
on
I
fire.
send you? And he's coming with you?
Yeah, where would
Is it
you
like
send?
is it like a date?
Yeah, well, of course.
Okay, so for you
No
guys for
holding
your
hands,
date,
though. I'll have Mountain Dew in both hands.
I will send you to Canada,
Okay,
That's a pretty cool
once
place.
again, American city, American
North
city.
American.
Canada is not in America.
It's North America.
It's in South America. Stupid.
What am I thinking?
Come on.
No, I would send you
Man,
guys.
oh man, you look in your eyes were like, just answer the stupid
No,
question.
I'd send you guys to Florida.
Florida?
Like-
that's all you have.
Like a good
Can't
beach
be like
section.
San
Why
Francisco
would you go
or
to
like
San Francisco?
Chicago.
Oh, you go to
there.
Chicago.
Right, you wouldn't send us anywhere cool like New York City.
Okay, I'll send you,
You picked
to.
Florida.
I'll send you to Mississippi.
No, you know what? This kid doesn't get to answer anymore. Randy, where would
no.
you send? You're done. Where would you send?
I'll send you guys to Vegas. I'll send
That's
you guys
better,
to
but
Vegas.
you already said Mississippi. You can't
I
follow
said
up.
Florida
with-
first.
You see- everybody's been to Florida at least once.
St. Augustine. It's a very historical place.
I'd rather go to Tampa.
Then you go to Tampa. You can walk.
I like Fort Lauderdale a lot.
I've never been to Fort
That's where
Lauderdale.
my grandma lives.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
cute.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
I
cute.
know, I'd like to drive down there.
How
one
often do you
day.
talk to your grandmother?
She tries to call me just about every other day, and I talk to her for a little while.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Do you ever pick up in like different voices just to make her laugh?
No, I have not.
You should do
I
that.
should totally do it.
Next
Like,
time she calls.
Hello,
hello, this is Andy speaking. How are you?
hello. This is Anderson. Who are you looking for?
Have
And then
you
just
ever
hang
done the
up on her.
voicemail message? Like, you should totally do it. Change it instead of John Peluso. Be like, hello? And then someone goes, hey, how you doing? You're like, hey, what's up? And you're like, oh, you just caught my message. And if you want to leave a message, leave it at the tone.
Everyone used to do that. That was
Right.
like.
So, 3 years ago,
Listen to
right?
Kevin
Yeah.
trying to get back into the cool crowd because he biffed up like the Mississippi thing.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
was
oh,
doing it.
everybody
Yeah, I
used to
know.
do that,
I
Randy.
No, everyone.
I would
everyone
be-
Don't
my
make an
brother,
alliance
my
with
brother,
your-
my brother did that. I mean, like, and he's the most uncool person.
Was that the
ever.
gold stripe brother or the silver stripe brother?
That was the silver stripe brother. The
Just say,
silver.
did you hear his Hot Wheels thing? Like back in the day when they had Hot Wheels cars, his dad would paint. The oldest brothers would have a gold strip on the bottom of
So he
paint.
didn't get
The
confused.
middle brother was a silver strip, and he got nothing. It's like gold medal, son, silver medal, son, and you're lame. Like, you get nothing.
It wasn't like that though, dude.
You're like, Daddy, can I have a pink
You
paint?
get the black flag.
Oh my goodness,
I think he actually did paint them all black, but the bottoms are already black, so it didn't do anything.
it's terrible. I'm sorry you had such a traumatic childhood.
I did have a pretty bad.
You did.
childhood.
Do you remember when Snakes on a Plane came out? You could go on their website and you could type in, like, let's say I use you, Randy. I could put in, it had like this whole thing that said friend's name. I would put Randy Shepard or whatever. because that's your name, and I probably shouldn't have said it. We'll take
Well,
that
yeah,
out.
said
Okay.
John Toulouse.
It's okay because a girl listens to it and is like, "Oh, he sounds cute." I mean, yeah, there's my name.
I mean, he already
Just
said
tag
your
Facebook me.
name.
Facebook me.
He already said John Toulouse.
All right, fair enough. So
555-124.
only 6 numbers.
Yeah.
555-124.
0.
Actually, in my Spanish class, there was me and 2 of my friends, and we were doing a group presentation of just talking, like a conversation. And I was introducing my friend Grant to my friend Joey, and Joey had then asked Grant, "Hey, what's your telephone number so I can reach you?" And he was like, 555-555-555-5. I was like, "That's 8. 5." And I was like, "Dude, you can't have 9 digits
That's
on just a
awesome.
normal 7-digit telephone."
That's awesome. Yeah, but when they had the Snakes on a Plane thing, you go on their website, and I could put in your name, and it would actually call your cell phone number, and it would leave you a voicemail and be like, "Yo, Randy Sharper, this is Samuel L. Jackson on Snakes on a Plane," and it would just leave you the most random message on your phone using
Really?
your name. Yeah, it
I
was.
wonder if it's still up.
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure they took it down. I can look it up.
There was
here in a
this
little
one
bit.
website that you could actually do something similar to that, but you can type in the telephone number of someone you wanted to, I guess you could say prank, use this prank, and it would send them, instead of having a voice of somebody, it would be like the computer voice, like, what was it, Microsoft Sam or whatever, in your computer, and you type in what you wanted to say, and it'll call, like, let's say it'll call John, and say whatever I type in, but it's going to say it in that name, and you can also do that with texting. You can just and it'll show up as like a number for like a callback number, but obviously there's nothing to reach it. So it was like a good prank you could put on people.
Kind of like the old sound clips where you could find them on there, and then people would always do Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Or Judge
They would call
Judy.
up,
Right,
"Hello,
yeah,
Judge Judy was the
How are
one.
you? You stop it!"
You ever reply back to somebody like, I saw this online, and I tried it one time and it actually worked for the person that texted me.
Yeah.
I put, the AT&T customer, you tried texting, their service has been canceled. I like put this really official sounding text and I sent it back, and that was just it. Like, they totally believed it. Later I was like, did you believe that? And
I've tried.
"No."
So many people. That's not so many, but a good amount of people have tried to prank phone call me. I am the worst person to prank phone call because I just go along with it, and it's like I was trying to sleep one day, and I got a phone call. And I'm like, "Hello," and dude's like, "Hey, trying to be like a jokester and whatnot." And I'm like, "Okay, well that's nice. Can I just go back to sleep now?"
Aw.
And he kept talking. I'm like, "Okay, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later. Call me back if you need something."
Wow.
I mean, it's hard to.
Dude, I kind of feel bad. Like, you expect to get prank phone called.
I don't
so you're just used
expect to it.
Maybe
it doesn't
these
bother me.
nerd comments are like really affecting you.
They've
Like, do you
affected me
seriously?
They've affected me my whole life.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm
like,
just kidding.
I feel really bad. The truth is, I feel bad about this right now.
I don't know why you feel bad about it. I'm the
I
nerd.
feel bad. No, because you expect people to tease you now, and that's not positive. That's our mission statement, darn it. It's to be positive.
John.
I feel bad. I'm going to spend the rest of this time saying good things about you, Kevin.
Okay. Well, I love you, John.
I love you too, man.
No,
You have a very
No, Randy,
warm...
don't you even start getting into this one. You sit back there.
Yeah, Randy.
Sit
I'm on Kevin's
back.
team.
No, sit back.
I just want to let you know I love you, both.
Oh, we love you.
We love you too, man. This is great. This is so lame. People are going to, like, skip this episode.
I'm going to skip it myself.
I'm going to like it. I'll be the first to like this episode.
I'm probably gonna listen to it.
Hey, really?
What do you think about midgets?
You had to bring the midgets into this.
I would date one for the story.
Would you date a midget?
Yes,
He just said he would for the story.
I would for the story.
Now,
but
what-
if she ended
No,
up
no, I
being
mean,
my
no,
wife,
I'm not for a
she
story.
would be amazing because it would make me realize that life is short.
Boo. That's so terrible.
You just told us that, though, so it's not as funny now.
Yeah, but they haven't heard it, and they're
Yeah,
probably
and now
giggling.
you just ruined it.
You
Right,
ruined it. I
right.
thought you liked me.
No, yeah, right, Randy.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's
know.
pick on me now. Yeah, it's okay.
That's okay, Randy.
I got
don't worry,
picked
you
on
won't
my
come
whole
back.
life too, but it's all good. I played along with it, and then they just end up laughing at me like, "You're crazy, dude. This is whatever."
I think midgets are like one
Awesome.
of two things. They're either incredibly popular or like shunned. You know, like there's midgets out there who are like, I have problems getting around in society and doing my thing. There's other midgets that are like, yeah, going to this party, and then
Watch this.
people
I'm
are
gonna
like,
kick my own head.
right. I
You
remember.
can't kick your own head as a midget.
Yes, you can. Oh, well, not all of them, but I mean,
Man,
like,
Wee Man
can
kick his own head.
Right.
I kid you not.
Wee Man is from Jackass. I mean, come on.
But he's a wee man. He's little.
He's little.
He's just a little guy. I went to a Carlos Mencia stand-up
remember
comedic thing, and his little midget guy that went on with him, he made him run across the stage to show how weird midgets run.
Did you ever watch like Jackass and all those like clips and movies and stuff? Did you ever watch the one where it's Wee Man and Preston just running through a street?
Yeah,
Preston would always chase Wee Man, and he's just like booking it like away from him.
I don't know why, but one night I looked up midget breakdancing, and it had to be about the coolest thing I've ever seen in my time.
I don't know why.
I'm telling you though, it was so cool. I was like, wow, they can really do it.
I think Wee Man was a great addition to the Jackass crew.
If somebody offered you all that money, would you do those stunts and those pranks to yourself?
What I would do is
knowing that you're going to have to get medical attention and stuff.
Like one of the cameramen or the producer.
No, you can't. That's not the question. Would you be on the cast?
Technically, they are in the cast because they get pranked just as much.
Would you get hurt? I mean, would you let somebody like throw a bowling ball at
your junk?
Sure.
No.
No?
Nah.
Not even if you're getting paid like millions of dollars.
No.
You know those dudes made some bank.
They still make some bank from it.
Right.
And they're still making movies and doing stupid things.
That stuff has to hurt way worse now. Now that they're older and stuff.
No, it probably doesn't hurt as much because it's probably like one huge callus.
Their body's like one giant callus.
Or they're just like, there's nothing left to break. They've already broken
like
every bone.
Wolverine right now, like their arms and
everything's just a big metal plate underneath their skin.
How many? Okay, Randy, if there's like an unlimited line of third graders standing in front of you, and they came at you, let's say every 5 seconds, another third grader would come and attack you. How many do you think you could take before you would be overrun?
2.
High confidence level here.
You don't think you take more than 2 third graders? Because think of it this way. Probably the first, at least few third graders. I mean, you hit them in the head once hard, they're done.
Whoa, you're talking about it's hitting them back?
No, I'm talking like all out fight. Like they're gonna attack you and try to kill you.
I thought you meant like how many do you think can like if they were to like just jump on you?
No, I'm like knock them out. If you knock them unconscious or kill them.
If that's the case, depending on what kind of weapon I had.
No weapons.
Fist to fist.
Just bare bones fist.
Bare bone fist.
Right.
I can do about 9.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I actually have about 10 third graders next door. We can go grab them.
Well, guess what? We have them lined
outside.
Got
rain too. It's in my advantage.
Now, what about you? What about you, John? How many do you think you can take?
See, I don't know. I mean, let's think about it because realistically, I don't know how many times I could punch as hard as I can before I start to get winded.
No, but you also have to remember, like,
because if you hit him in the head once. You connect one time, even in the chest or the stomach. Like, they're going down, they're third graders. So if you could I could probably at least get 15 to 20 solid punches in.
Now
this is the thing you're not...
a little bit taller, she's a little bit bigger.
This is the thing you're not thinking about, though. Okay, so, Randy, you have a certain advantages and you have certain disadvantages. Same with John. Now, your disadvantage, John, would be your knees. Your knees would...
My knees are bad.
All they would do is take out your knee once and you're on the ground.
And I'm not in shape, too, so, like, my endurance is a factor also.
See, I think I could take more than that, honestly, because I could just, when it came at me, I would pick it up, throw it.
Pick it up. It's it.
Pick up the little child and throw it.
Okay, so let's say if you can get them off the ground and throw them farther than 4 feet, that also counts. Like, they're eliminated. How about that?
Once they hit the ground, they're eliminated. So what I would
do is
once they push them to the side.
What I would do is I would grab the first one and I would just spin in circles, and I would use the one third grader to take out more.
You just gotta push them to the side, or even as they're coming up, just kind of part the water.
Well, remember they come what one every 5 seconds.
Let's say one every 5 seconds.
Oh wow! So I just pick them up, body slam them, and wait for the next one.
That's the thing. Like I don't know. Are they squirrely? I mean, it'd be boys and girls mixed. Like they're fast. They obviously have energy. But the thing is, I think if let's say you go to throw one, and he just stumbles, and like by the time you probably realize what's going on, turn and go to grab him, another one's coming. So you then have to deal with that first one and the second one, and then a couple seconds later, another one's coming. So I think like you would really have to be on cue.
But then here's your
and
next,
some
question,
little third graders could be athletic. Maybe they play like pee-wee football, so maybe it gives you like a little
some
juke
of them
move.
Actually are secretly lifting weights.
Right.
So next thing you know, you got one that like picks
picking you up,
like that little Hercules kid. You ever remember that kid?
I think he's in 3rd grade. Beware.
Beware. Okay, now here's a question then. Okay, instead of it coming every 5 seconds, let's say a group of third graders, let's say 50 third graders, going at you, like charging at you at once, how many could you take out before you got taken out?
Probably only a couple. If they came hard from all directions.
No, I'm talking about just like you have a line of them in front of you and they all just attack you at once.
I'd probably just jump over them.
What I would do is, like I was saying earlier, you grab one and you just spin in circles.
No, but but if they all get there at the same time, man, it's gonna be hard to stop. Grab one.
All you do is you just grab with one hand and you just... I mean, it's one solid sweep motion.
Well, no, I don't think
I've
so.
done this before.
Let's say you have them lined up, you're at the edge of a cliff.
But I was the third grader.
Jump
we didn't talk about setting. Like, if you were on the edge of a cliff, you could just...
jump up in the air over them, and then they all...
Or you, like, duck down and they just keep running.
They're like cows or something. They just keep running. They're horses. They just keep running and they don't realize.
And they can't slow down.
Okay, John,
they don't
scenario.
have that much...
Okay, but what's our final number? I think if a bunch of third graders attacked me every 5 seconds, I think I could probably go through, realistically, I would probably say 50 to 60. I think I could probably get 20 to 25 maybe solid punches, knockouts, right off the bat. I think I would start to slow down, but I could probably drop some elbows, and I probably can, wrestle a couple down. I think I would be overwhelmed around the 50 to 60 range.
Okay, what about you, Randy? He got 50 to 60.
I'm thinking probably about... I'm thinking about 50 to 60 as well.
I'm going to go for that.
I got the endurance.
You have more endurance than me.
Yeah.
You have more endurance than me. I could see you going a little bit farther.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually say I'm going to take out the whole third grade class.
No, they're infinite. You know what I mean? They keep going. You have to throw a number out.
I'm going to say
it's not just a class.
I'm going to say a good like 100. No joke.
Wow, I don't think so.
You really don't think so?
I don't think so.
I have the endurance. I have like those little skills though.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not like you're not. You have the smarts. Like you could be like, all right, I know what I'm going to do next. But Randy and I are like raw power right now. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's a question.
I don't think you could hit nearly as hard as us. I'm not making fun of you.
No,
I'm just saying,
I can't hit nearly as hard.
Because we have more body weight to move.
I know,
but
I know how to maneuver. I know how to use their weight against them. I mean, I'm not
third grader.
I'm not
all right, Michael, get ready. It's your turn. Go, buddy, go. Oh, all right, Rachel, you ready? Rachel, let's go. Go ahead.
Now, how many do you think the three of us together could take out?
Oh, dude, we could go for a long time.
I think that would be. But now here's a new scenario.
Okay, new scenario.
Every 5 seconds, 3 come at from different directions.
Well, I think we would still be the same.
Well, whenever you get tired, you could just hop on me or John, or the vice versa. Like, we could just, hop on each other, and kind of rest our legs. And then hop back down. And then... Now
we're going to go back to the other scenario.
How about this?
All of them coming at you at once. How long do you think we would last?
It depends on if we had Super Saiyan going yet or not.
Right, no Super Saiyan.
No Super
Saiyan.
No weapons, no Super Saiyan.
I'm just saying because with 3 of us together,
how about
we could
dual wield akimbos?
The only thing we have is what is on us and what the third graders have on them.
How about this? How about this?
Binoculars? Is that what you said?
I had a pocket knife. That would I'm just
okay. How about this? You have a pocket knife. I have a set of brass knuckles, and you have nunchucks.
Nunchucks? Come on.
You look like a nunchuck dude.
Okay, I'll take it.
You look like a nunchuck dude. So how many do you think we could take without those weapons? And
what weapons do they have?
None. Just straight through. Okay, because they have the masses. They don't get any weapons.
So I
they have pure
think if there was no weapons on anybody's side, I think we could take out a solid 200 to 250.
Can I change my knife to a box cutter? I think that'd be more awesome.
A box cutter?
Yeah, box cutter. You'd be surprised how quick.
Now, what was your weapon again?
Just brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles.
Because I'm going for knockouts. I don't necessarily care for blood. I'm going for unconscious
ninja agility.
And here's another thing.
I'm going for sheer straight edge.
If we knock, how about this? Randy and I are just pure, just brute force. We're the ones who actually take out the kids. You take their bodies and build a fort around us, like a shield. So it's almost like a little turret.
I can see what happening is you guys would make a wall, and I would jump on your shoulders and do some crazy flip and attack one just like that.
We'd have it'd be called the JKR trifecta. We're standing here, and you're sitting on top of us, and we're spinning around. It'd be cool.
It's like the Mighty Ducks. Remember when they all we all have hockey sticks and we start tapping on the ice?
You guys each grab one leg and you guys spin in circles, and I'm just going crazy on these guys. I love this scenario.
How about this? What if we were blindfolded? All 3 of us.
Okay,
how about this? All 3 of us on a team. They send the third graders 2 at a time, but we're all blindfolded. We know what direction they're coming from.
Okay, we do know what direction.
But it's a randomized time. Anywhere between, let's say, 2 seconds and 7 seconds.
I think what I would do is I would get between you 2 and just wait it out.
What do you think? I mean, like, how would we
Because
do that?
I would need my speed, and I'd be able. I need.
You bet. How much would speed help you with that?
But you guys have the brute power. I have like the speed, like the little.
But okay.
So
since we didn't decide on setting, I'm going to decide on setting right now. Top of a cliff, like you said before, we have let's say 12-foot circle around us. We have a 12-foot wide circle all the way around us. So we're not allowed to leave that circle.
It's a radius of 12?
We can go anywhere inside that circle, and then let's say 2 feet around that circle is where the cliff goes. And then there's like, let's say a 4-foot passage that leads to us.
And the third graders are kind of just being like dropped off?
No, they're coming through that 4-foot gap in the front of the circle. So we know which way they're coming
Circles
from.
don't have a front. It's a circle. There's no front to a circle.
You have to like picture the scene.
I'm just kidding.
You have to picture the scene. So like we're blindfolded. We have a 12-foot circle that we stand in, or 15, whatever, something along those lines. What do you think?
So how many do you think we could take?
Right, and we're blindfolded. No weapons.
Now, if we know,
and it's a randomized thing, so it's not like every 3 seconds we know to listen for footsteps and connect. Boom, broken nose.
But what I'm saying is, what we can do. The strategy I would think of, or I would ask if you guys were okay with it, is you two make like a wall in the front. Like, I'm not joking. All you have to do is put one shoulder one shoulder hit into these third graders, and they're going flying.
Yeah, but no, the thing is, they're third graders, so they're real small, man.
Yeah, so you guys get down and just...
No, see that? I don't know. I think that's a lot of energy wasted. I would rather connect with a full-out
just like
fist punch
just
to
like
a
joust
head.
them. Just like do this,
Maybe.
and they run into it.
Because I don't know how much
and now,
force
are
a third
they
grader.
smart enough to dodge our attacks?
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean that's another thing. Like not all third graders are going to be like agile and stuff, but you have those little little basketball players and little football players where they might be like.
Don't ever question the skill of a third grader.
I'm not. Now here's the question: how do we lose and how do they lose? Whoever gets
we have to get taken down
off the cliff,
and they have
no, like down to the no. We're allowed to fall down, but to the point where we can't get up. You know what I mean?
And then let's say you're down, we're still good until all three of us are down.
Right, until all three.
I only think we can probably hit about 20 to 30 because we're blindfolded. We need.
We might go through that little gap and then fall off the cliff. I mean, it could easily happen.
What if we were tethered to like a spike in the middle that kept us in the circle?
Then we'd be good unless we broke that.
But we could also get the lines crossed.
Well, the strategy I would tell you guys to do then is we all set up one spot, kind of make like a
back to back to back, maybe.
We could do that, or what I'm saying is what we could do is make kind of like a like a peace sign type of thing where like there's one person at each, I guess, third spot, and we just go in circle. We just run around.
It's like 4 square, but 3 circle.
So yeah,
right.
Because we can't leave the chain that's connected.
The Mercedes triangle.
The Mercedes triangle.
Okay, now how about this? The Mercedes triangle?
Yeah.
Because they have that 3.
And then the 3 points would be us, and we would just run in circles.
Okay, now what if, Kevin? Let's say somebody says, all right, Kevin, if you guys all 3 combined can make it to 200 kids blindfolded in the circle, you guys win, let's say, $500,000 each. But they offer just you an opportunity to not to fight. And if Randy and I still make it to 200 kids, you get $10 million instead of the $500,000 if all 3 of us do it.
Wait.
But you're not allowed to. You
disclose it to us.
So wait, one second.
So how about this? If we all get to 200 third graders, we each get $500,000.
Right.
But you have the option to opt out of the fight.
So
which would give us
take off my
a disadvantage. You just stand to the side and you just watch. You can't do anything. And Randy and I are still blindfolded in the circle. So we're down one man, one adult. But if we can still hit 200...
I think you guys could do it, because if you think about it, my biggest skill and my biggest asset to the team would be able to see and be agile.
But you could call out to us. I'm just saying, you could call out and be
like,
"Oh, Randy, you're left," or this and that. Yeah, let's say you can do that. You're standing on the side.
I do have good.
But would you sacrifice yourself to not fight for all that extra money, or would you want to be in there and kind of secure the $500,000?
And the next question: would you share that with us?
I would.
What if you couldn't? What if you couldn't at all?
I would not do that then. I would not do that to you guys.
Would you do it?
No.
Would you do it, John?
I honestly don't think you guys could take 200 third graders by yourselves. I would want to be a part of that action.
Yeah.
I think the three of us would make a good
I
team.
think half
honestly.
a mil is enough.
Now, if
You know what I mean?
now if you think about it,
I could use half a mil.
here's a
right
new
now.
scenario. New scenario. The three of us on a team. Think of it kind of like, a Call of Duty setting, 3 against a mass. Kind of, actually, Call of Duty like zombies. You know what I'm saying? Like each wave you have.
That's sweet. Did you hear about the new zombie thing they're
No,
doing
I
now?
haven't.
Mob of the Dead.
What? Well, no, I mean like it's like a real life thing where they give you airsoft guns. You have to
Yeah.
go collect
It's
supplies and
It's
stuff.
during Halloween.
Yeah,
actually.
they're
Where,
doing
is it
it.
around
It's
here?
doing it real soon. I know they're at least doing. They're starting in like L.A. or something like that. I don't know if it's coming around.
We should
but you
try.
have to like kill the zombies with like airsoft guns and survive. You have to like legit
Actually,
survive for a
They
while.
We'll
have
get back
one
to this
North
in a
Carolina.
second.
Do they?
Yeah,
That's so
during the
cool.
like Midwest.
We'll get back to this in a second because I have to bring up a story about a college game that the campus played, and a lot of campuses do this. But new scenario, it's similar to like Call of Duty Zombies, where it's like 2 or 3 people on a team against waves of zombies. But in our case, it's us 3 against waves of third graders, and as the waves go on,
What's the setting?
they get older. It's an abandoned skyscraper.
Okay, but we have to stay inside.
We have to stay inside the
From-
skyscraper.
We're at the very top, and they're working their way up.
Now,
No,
are the,
we can be
That's
anywhere.
kind of cool. I kind of like.
Yeah,
that.
I like that
I kind of
idea,
like that.
too.
Now, are the third graders?
No, here's
are
the
the third
setting.
graders zombies?
Now here, 1 second. Here's
Okay,
the setting.
sorry.
We start on the top, and we have to fight our way to the bottom. We have to get out of the skyscraper,
Okay.
and
Now, are there so many on each level?
there's not a specific amount. Now they can move around too, but obviously they can't go upstairs easily. So what I'm saying is there are supplies on the way down as we go,
Okay.
and the third
Weapons?
graders weapons of any kind.
Okay.
Now as you further down you go, the more aged they are. So it starts off as third graders, but by the time you get to the bottom, you have high schoolers.
But we have our weapons.
We
by
have
then.
our weapons by then.
How's the ammo situation? Do we have to be
Scarce.
conservative? Oh, okay. Okay.
But they give you plenty of bats, plenty of brass knuckles, plenty of box cutters, and all
How
this
do you
other stuff.
kill the zombies themselves?
Now they're not zombies.
So it's like
They're
legit
just
people.
They're legit people.
Legit third grade.
And there's a few ways you can do it. You
Now,
can either,
are they like programmed to want to kill us, or can they get scared like when they see our weapons and they have to make
Their
that decision?
incentive is to beat us so that they get $10 million. Our incentive is to get out so we get $10 million.
So that
Similar to the movie of the 100
How
Games.
many levels are in the
it's no holds
skyscraper?
barred. Third graders
12.
have no holds barred when it comes to $10 million.
Because they're so good at money transactions, they understand how much $10 million actually
No,
is.
they each get $10 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of money.
And then for us, we have to split $10 million.
They don't care if they have to like pull our esophagus out. They'll do it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
remember, these
Yeah.
little kids, they don't know what $10 million looks like,
They'll bite
but
your
they
ear
will
off.
go
So
for it.
okay, so how about this? How many floors are there?
12.
12 floors. You start at the top, make your way to the bottom.
And
if you go out the front door, which is unlocked, I would take it.
Well, once you get out, there's a huge ring of them.
You
all
didn't tell
ages.
us.
I
You
didn't.
didn't tell me that's
I didn't get to the
different.
bottom yet. You didn't give me time.
Let them get to the bottom of it.
All right, get to the bottom.
So
of
you
it.
get to the bottom and you open the doors and you have one final wave of equivalent to everything inside the full skyscraper,
How much? What's our time limit?
unlimited.
Unlimited.
But they don't sleep and they don't do anything. to wait for
see.
us.
No
that-
time, unlimited, 350
See, here's
points.
the thing. If we could take our time and make our way down through the hallways and the rooms and stuff, one by
43
one,
minutes.
one by one, and we could probably take them one by one.
But
not
remember,
not
we have to
necessarily
eat.
using. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if we have unlimited, time, we could just move a couple rooms a day. Just slowly eliminate the stuff.
Yeah,
Have
and
like
then
somebody
save the
post up
game
at
and
night.
then-
Now, remember, the supplies I said are spaced throughout. And all
Yeah.
we have to do is get to the bottom. We don't have to kill every single thing inside of there. We just have to get to the bottom.
But it would be good.
Now,
It
how
would be
about
good,
this?
because once we get to the bottom, all the guys above us come out too.
How about this? Do we have to eliminate all targets?
You don't have to.
Because let me ask you something. What if we were smart enough to figure out another way? Like, let's say we happen to
Now, here's another quick rule.
slip out a window and
But-
escape. I mean, like,
quick
what is
rule.
the goal? Like, do we have to ring a bell
Okay,
and we win, or how
Here
does
it
that
is.
work?
The goal is the three of us have to get out of this skyscraper, one dead or all dead. I'm talking about
Whoa.
I'm talking about the zombies or the kids or whatever. We'll go with zombies. Zombie seems a lot more,
Zombie
humane.
kids. Let's just say
Zombie
zombie kids.
kids.
That's fun.
So
It doesn't sound as cruel.
there's 12. There are 12 floors. I know it doesn't sound as cool at all. I mean, it sounds a lot better. 12 floors of zombie kids aging from 3rd grade to 12th grade, all the way up to down. When we get outside, there's a huge ring around us. Now, the way we win is we get to the limousine, behind the ring of people.
The limousine?
Yeah,
we're just riding in style
we get escorted out by a limousine and 2 helicopters. Okay.
I call a helicopter.
No, but we don't want to get to drive. They're just there to shoot off all the zombies after we're good.
Okay.
We get escorted by a limousine. As soon as we get in the limousine, there's $10 million for us 3 to split inside the limousine. That's why it's a limousine. You have to have big, space. So our goal is we have to get out. One zombie can die, or all zombies can die. We just have to get out in that limousine, and we're out.
Does the game end when one of us reaches the limousine?
All 3 of us have to stay alive. Let's say I die. You 2 are automatically forfeited. You can still get out and make it alive, but you don't get your $10 million.
Or the people who get out get the money and they split it. What if somebody offered you that? What if they're like, all right, we'll take away the $10 million and we'll put in $50 million. But
if you get out by yourself,
however
many people get out,
if one of you goes down, the other 2 split.
I would honestly want all 3 of us to get out there and split it. Because who needs $10 million?
I think if it was us 3, I would take that bet. But if it's with 2 randoms, there's no way. Because what if they off me? They get out, they have $25 million apiece.
And this would be the time I would actually pull out the dusty squirrel suits that I have, so we can go off the top skyscraper and slide all the way down.
Right.
Like literally fly across all those zombies.
But you get it. All you have to
$10 million.
All you have to start is just what you're wearing right now.
I know exactly.
So where did this squirrel suit come from?
He found it in a closet.
I have it.
Actually, but there's only one squirrel suit, and there's 3 of us.
Squirrel suit.
So what are you gonna do?
Man, this situation has so many details and stuff.
I want him to fully understand this.
Okay,
we'll make it fit.
We'll make it fit.
All 3 of us will fit in that suit.
Okay, John, you're gonna be the one wearing the suit. Okay.
And both of us are gonna be.
You're gonna be holding on to him, like hugging each other, and I'm gonna be on your back.
Okay.
That's fair.
Now we're gonna look like Falcor from Neverending Story.
What a Never-Ending Story reference that was. I'm a big fan. Good work.
I know, I love it.
That's the scenario. Do you think we could make it out alive?
I think it all depends on how. If you took away that final wave outside,
no problem.
Well, not necessarily no problem, man. It just all depends on how big.
You have to be a strategist, though, because if you think about it, as soon as we get outside of that building, yes, there's that final wave, but all we have to do is get to the limo from there. I'm a good runner. I can distract all of them to follow me. You guys get to the limo, I come back around and come back in. Now that's a big risk because what if I don't make it back in? You guys don't get the.
Or what if you take our money?
I'd be the one outside.
What if you get in the limo? And you take our money.
I just run away because I don't get the money with us.
Now wait a second, Randy. You see that? He wants to hop in the limo before us.
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm going to distract him.
That's what I heard.
I'm going to distract him and run around the building.
You said and come back into the limo.
When you guys
come back
are
with
in
the
there.
limo.
When you guys are in there.
Did you hear that too?
I'm just still in awe that we're fighting zombie kids.
They need to be fought.
Someone needs to take them down.
Okay, so you give us a situation now.
Well, we only have 10 minutes.
No, we can have however we want.
Yeah, we're right. That's right.
I got a simple one. You guys are gonna be like,
okay, this is it. The Care Bears attack.
If you grabbed a Smurf and you choke it, what color does it turn?
Green.
That's what I thought too.
It'd probably go white. It'd probably white out.
Maybe blood?
What is that with him?
He's over here laughing.
He's like dying over here.
If you choke it,
but okay,
remember, it stay blue?
Remember, the Smurf is this big. You can't really choke it unless you pinch it.
Okay, I have a situation for you, Randy. Okay, you know, when you go to theme parks, they have those gigantic swings where they strap you up, they pull a ripcord, and you super swing.
Oh,
and,
the bungee thing.
Okay, now let's say there's a button in front of you, and they say, "Here's what we did. There's $10 million waiting for you in a bank. Tax free, you can do whatever you want with it. You don't have to work another day in your life." I know exactly
where this is going.
If you push that button,
there's
two third graders. There's 2 third graders on opposite ends of one of those swings. The crane lets go at the same time. They smash together in the middle. There's 2 random third graders just picked randomly out of the world.
No, not 2 random. 2 people you know.
2 third graders from this school district are swinging. They're on opposite sides of swings, and when you press the button, they both swing and just crash into each other. And now that means medical bills, possibly death, all that stuff. But it's two random ones.
And you do know the parents.
But in the end, I get $10 million.
And in the end, you have $10 million. Now, you could help them with that money medically, but that doesn't mean that they'll necessarily survive that. You know what I mean?
How tall is Like how?
Let's say it's a super big one. Let's say it's literally like 400.
Like that.
Yeah, let's say this sucker's like 400 feet tall, and like the crane stretches out. 200 feet in either direction or 300 feet in either direction. I mean, it's a big swing. Now, they could possibly miss. You never know. Maybe, like, wind factors.
That's the chance I'd be taking. I was like, because the odds.
But you also have to remember the trajectory, the physics, the gravity.
Right. I mean, well, no, true. No, I'm not calling nerd. I'm not going to call nerd on that one because that is a factor. Let's say it's a slightly windy day. But there is a possibility.
You let go, like the wind
but here's the thing: they could like intertwine and then come together and then go.
Yeah, and they could like, intertwine and like hit the sides of the metal sides.
Now it's Siamese.
Do you do it for $10 million?
Well, what could happen is like
for $10 million.
Do you press that button?
I don't think I could do it. No matter. I mean, the only way I could do it is if it was a zombie third grader. I could do that.
It's not. But here's the thing: the kids are looking directly at you, like, don't do it, Randy.
Yeah, you have to watch it on a computer monitor.
Randy,
how about this? Okay. I'm going to change the situation.
Don't do it, Randy. Don't do it. I'm just a poor little kid.
I don't think they'd be saying anything while they're just, coming down.
I'm going to change the situation.
I want to learn math and science and social studies.
I wanted to be a doctor.
I want to be an astronaut.
I want to be a fireman.
I want to be a farmer.
I want to put out
There's only 2 of them. There's not 5 of them.
Okay, so let's say
I want you both.
There's a giant slingshot. There's a giant slingshot that has a third grader loaded up.
Okay, one second.
No, a catapult.
No,
We're really harassing third
what
graders.
What's up with this third
Because they're small and they fly good. Okay, let me
they're more aerodynamic.
Okay, let me
like those
finish this up.
chihuahuas,
Let me finish this up. You'll like this. So there's a giant catapult. There's a third grader in it. It's aimed towards the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, and let's say it's going to throw them 16 miles out to sea. Okay, there's also a pad right next to him that, like, let's see, I'm trying to think how it would go. I'm trying to give it a 50-50 shot. So, like, you press a button, and you have a 50-50 shot. You either win this $10 million, or this kid gets flung 16 miles into the ocean. Like, what do you do?
The ocean. They can survive in the ocean.
Shoot.
But yeah,
the third grader, I would love to do that.
Okay, let's say
I'd do it for $10 million.
But you got to remember, let's say he hits speeds up to 300 miles an hour in the air, and he tops out at 1,000 feet. Let's say this is a huge catapult. So essentially, he's going to come down hard.
So it's like a trebuchet.
I told you I have a squirrel suit, dude. I'm good to go.
As long as I have no squirrel suit.
I have my squirrel suit. You can't take it away from me.
It's my arm flaps,
So, like, if you push the button, you could either win that $10 million and that kid's perfectly safe, or you lose, obviously, the $10 million and that kid gets flung. Do you push that button?
Deal or no deal.
Right. How about this?
Whoa.
What if there was a 1 in 10 chance? You could win 9 out of 10 chance, 90% chance you could win that $10 million. But there's a 10% chance that you're literally going to let this kid fly.
I might do it just because I want to see what happens.
Would you do it? How would you, Kev? Would you press that button? 90% chance you win 10 mil, tax free, and you could throw that kid a bone. You could be like, "Here's $1 million.
So,
thanks for hanging in there."
Really, really quick, briefly, what's the scenario? I just want to make sure I understand.
So say you're in New Jersey, you're on the shore, right?
Okay.
I'm just throwing this out there, or you're just down the street
here.
Okay, and there's a gigantic catapult that is going to fling a kid at least 16 miles into the ocean. And then there's nobody out there to rescue him. I mean, once he flings, they can start to go get him, but he would have to survive until they got 16 miles out on their boats and helicopters, all that stuff. So you could maybe survive, but he gets shot way high in the air, hits, a couple hundred miles an hour speed. This is like the catapult of catapults.
I don't know.
There's a 90% chance that you hit this button, you win $10 million.
Now, how deadly is it?
It's pretty deadly. That kid has he's pretty much gonna die.
This kid. That's 300 miles an hour. Just the impact, not the impact, but just the speed
he's
alone
gonna
is gonna
skid.
completely.
Right. He is at least breaking bones and stuff. You know what I mean? And he won't be able to try. So essentially, you really kind of have this kid's life.
I don't think I'd be able to do it.
What if I increase the odds to 95%?
I still don't think I'd be able to do that to a 3-year-old. I'm sorry.
It's not a 3-year-old. That's just a jerk move. It's a third grader.
That's what I meant to say. Third grader.
You jerk. This is such a fun conversation.
Jerk.
This jerk card. No, I don't think I'd be able to do it to a third grader.
What if it was a 99% chance? There's literally 99 piles of $10 million sitting there, and then there's that one catapult. You press this button.
I don't think I'd be able to do that to a third grader, to a kid at all.
What if the third grader is bad mouthing you the whole time?
Yeah, what if he was like a jerk kid? What if he was
like a
bully?
You can't do
What if
that?
he was a bully third grader? Came from a broken home.
I'd give him a hug.
Aw.
And then push the
And
button.
then push the button. That's terrible.
I don't think I would push it though. I'm just joking. I don't know. What about you, John? Calling us out on this?
A 99% chance, yes, I would do it. Because I am very, very confident.
I would take my money.
You
and
would
leave
get that
that
1%.
I have the worst
and
luck
Reed get the
ever.
99%.
So, yeah, I would say, but then again, I do have the worst luck ever.
Oh, I got it. Now,
but since I don't believe in luck, I'm
here's the
pushing that
scenario.
button.
All three of us have the same. You have 3 different kids in 3 different catapults, and we each have to push the button, and only one of us gets. Either one of us gets the 10 million.
Wait, set this up one more time.
Okay, there's 3 catapults.
Okay,
each
in a
catapult
row?
has 1 kid,
Okay.
and we each have a button.
A third grader.
What did I say?
No, just a kid. I just want to specify that it's a third
to
grader.
fourth grade.
4th grader.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
each.
stop
No,
picking on-
come on.
No, fourth
the
grader.
third graders are fun because they're lighter, so they go farther. Like it's just
Yeah, but the 4th grade have a little bit more weight, so they go. They have more.
They would have more distance. if you
they might
think
wail
about it.
around in like
They
in
might
the
set
air
a
more.
record for 20 miles.
All right.
Okay, so
All
there's
right,
3
fine.
catapults. Each catapult has a 4th grader on it, and we each have one button. We each have one button, and one button's connected to each of the catapults, right? So we all have to push it, we all push it, and one person goes flying. One kid goes flying, and that person who pushes the button gets all the money. Or none of us push it, and none of us get any money. See what I'm saying?
No,
You don't see it?
no.
So
I'm trying to
All
think.
3 of us push the button, and one kid goes
Fourth
flying.
grade.
How
That's the
about
worst
this?
years of my
How about
life.
this? All 3 of us hit the button. We either all 3 don't hit the button, or we all 3 do hit the
That's
button.
what I'm
There's
saying.
no in between.
That's what I'm saying.
But
All three
if
of
all
us
3
have
of us decide to hit the button, one of the kids goes flying at random. The other 2 people whose kids don't get $10 million.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
How about that?
That's
And
some
then-
randomness right there.
That is some
I like
randomness.
that. And then
because we could, if we all decide no, we can't do it just because we know a kid's gonna
now
get hurt.
here's the next question. Going off of that, let's say all 3 of us push a button and Randy gets eliminated because his kid went flying. Now us 2 have to choose. I'm sorry. Now
How about
us
this?
2
Can
have
we
to
change-
choose for $50 million for one of us to get it. Would you try?
Can we change the catapult thing just because it's a new scenario? How about it's like the floor falls
How about a
out and
crossbow?
they fall into like a pit of spikes? That's like a mile down.
That's not any better. Okay,
No,
so they are.
no. Pit of alligators.
Right.
Okay, now after one of us is eliminated, there's obviously a 50% chance that one of us is going to get $50 million. Would you go against the odds? And would you go against me, or would you just call it there and we each get 10?
I'll launch a kid for a 90% chance. But I'm for a 50-50, like I don't want to cause harm. Like I want to play the numbers, you know?
So would you? So let's say,
Like
you
a
know,
90... How about... No.
you want it?
Not
So,
for 50-50. Now, let's...
remember, it's just 2 of us now.
Let's pretend that if we all hit the button, 2 of us win $10 million, and let's say the third person who doesn't win the money, they have,
They have to owe.
let's say, a 20% chance that the kid will get thrown. They might not get thrown. You know, you technically don't know. Then I might consider it because you still have good odds. You know, even though you might be the loser of the $10 million, your kid only has a 20% chance to get thrown. In that scenario, I would probably go for it. But if it's literally 50-50, one of these kids are going to eat the dust. I don't think I could do that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying. I don't. How about this? What if there's a button? Or no, a lever. There's a lever.
A lever.
Yeah,
Now, what
let's
if we
switch it
can't
up.
pull the lever?
Right, no, you can. It's an easy lever. It's small. There's a lever, right?
Like the kids,
and
right?
there's a giant like weight, like kind of like what you would see in like Looney Tunes. This is giant Acme anvil, like
anvil.
above your head, but it's huge. It weighs like thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, and it will literally crush you. And there is a 75% chance that when you throw that switch, it will not come down on you, and you win. Let's say $20 million. $20 million. 75% chance. But if you throw it and you get that 25%, it lets go, you get crushed to death.
I wouldn't. I'm not going to risk my life for $75 million because what if? Okay,
It's $20 million.
75% chance.
I see what you're saying.
I wouldn't. Now,
Yeah.
if there was a 4, I'm just kidding.
What if I increase the chances slightly to an 83% chance?
I'm not going to have something possibly crush me.
YOLO.
You wouldn't feel it.
I understand that,
YOLO.
but I'd be dead.
Yellow?
YOLO.
YOLO, you only live once.
You
I
oughta
thought you
look
said
out.
yellow, and I was like,
You gotta
Gatorade.
look out.
Man.
I actually read one, and I really like this better, but someone on Facebook read, it's WOLO. We only live once. Instead of you only live once, we only live once.
I like that.
WOLO.
I like that. WOLO. OLOW.
You know, they're like, all right, John, if you flip the switch, you could possibly crush Kevin, Randy, and yourself. I'd be like, WOLO. And
we can hold it.
And we die.
I would just
I'm so fat, it would probably hit me and roll
put
off.
your life in the
I would
hands
just jump
of a
out
third
of
grader.
Man.
That would be tough.
Now, do these third graders know what we've been talking about?
Yeah, see, they'd be listening to this. I don't like this John, Kevin, and Randy.
They keep killing all of our kind.
But
would you do it, though? An 83%
No, I wouldn't.
chance?
I would not.
Okay, how about this? Last offer, 88% chance.
No, I would not do that.
You seriously wouldn't flip a
I am
lever for
content.
88% chance.
I am content enough with...
$20 million, dude.
I am content enough to know that my future is going to be good enough that I don't need $20 million to... I'm not going to risk my life for 83% chance.
I mean, I respect that, but have fun working, because I'm flipping that lever. Like, I'm getting...
I would just do it just to have a chance to do it.
Because it's such a quick death.
Yeah.
Like, I would do it.
I would just do
now,
it.
if it was like a slow, painful death...
Like injection or something? No.
Or like someone
I would really have
pulling
to
your
think
body
about it,
apart.
man. Like, because that would be instantaneous. You know, you're done.
Okay.
It would hurt for a split second, and you're done.
Okay, here's a scenario.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to think of this.
Okay.
Now, you're tied down to a chair
Right.
With a third grader.
with no third grader.
Third grader ties you down
Dang
to a
it.
chair.
It's the first time we've ever had
Now,
without a third grader
now
in
you're
it.
tied to this chair. You can't move at all. You can't move at all.
Okay.
Yeah, but they give you a button, like a little button to push. Put in your hand.
Okay.
Now you open up your eyes to see that there's a crossbow pointed directly towards your face.
Okay.
Now you push the button, and there's a chance that crossbow is not going to do anything.
What's the chances that it won't do anything?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Now
10%.
you
'Cause
push.
They could still do it.
You push the button.
Because it's
It's a crossbow.
Now you push the button,
a cross-eyed.
and it has a chance, 75% chance that it's going to go off.
that it will go off.
It will go off.
Okay.
75% chance it'll go off, and it'll go right into your head. Now,
Wow, your percentages of dying are way higher than mine.
okay, let's.
Like, mine was like, you survive at 88, and you're like, never. But my scenario is 75% chance you die.
Okay, we'll switch it then for you, just for you, John. You switch it. Okay. 25% chance that it will go off.
Okay.
So you have a 75% chance to win. Now, if you do not push the button, I'm trying to think of what will happen.
You just sit there.
No, for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life until you press
Now,
that button.
that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Now, you can push the button
How about
and have
this?
a chance
No.
to die.
How about this? Maybe you get out of the chair eventually, but you don't know when. You just know the time frame is between a month from then and 10 years from then. You'll get fed, and there's like a hole cut out underneath the seat, so you can get rid of the food that you just ate. But that's
bowels.
it. That is it.
Okay, so there you go. There's your scenario. You have 25% chance to live if you push the button, and you're free for the rest of your life. And I'll
Do we win
and I'll give you
anything?
$1 million. That's
$1 million?
all you get.
But I guess I get to live,
$1 million a year
Okay.
until you die.
Sit
You don't
there-
actually have
sit
to
there
do
and
that.
Sit in the chair. The minute I got in there, I'd just sit there like, let's just find out what's going to happen.
Would you
Just
push
do
the
it.
button?
I could.
What if they increase that time that you would sit there, though?
Exactly.
What if they increase the time that you're sitting there between 10 and 20 years? And now think of it this way, too. Any physical issues that happen with you, you're done. So, like, if your arms lose blood and stuff, you may lose your arms and stuff. Like, you have to deal with all that stuff.
I couldn't sit there
For 10
and
years.
for 10 years.
I would push
wouldn't
the
even
button.
sit there for a day. I'd just
Okay,
go ahead.
how about this, though? What if they changed it up? They say, we'll make you sit here for 2 years straight, but we guarantee you that you'll have all the access to your limbs and everything. You will come out perfectly healthy afterwards. 2 years.
But if you press the button and it never goes off,
Then you're free right there, and
Then
you get
you're
$1 million.
free.
What if
there.
what if the chances increase, though? What if we'll go back up to the 75% chance? What if there's a 75% chance you will die from that crossbow?
And my odds.
Or
Making fun of me, now you're going to use them.
yeah, if you press the button and the crossbow goes off, you die. If you
Here's
press the
the
button, the
next
crossbow goes off, does not go off, you're free.
is your head
Your head is...
It's stuck.
Your
Like,
head
you're taking that arrow
your
to
head's
the
strapped
dome.
down too. Like, you are stuck. All you can move is your thumb to push the button. And that button you can push anywhere between the time they put you in that chair to the time they release
Will
you.
there be
whatever.
people scaring you?
All it is you in a room with a crossbow pointing your face.
You're right. I picture a dark room. There's like a spotlight on
the
you
crossbow,
and a spotlight on the crossbow.
And you don't know if there's anyone else around. You
can't
That's what
see
I'm
a
saying.
And that's where you have to stay there for 2 years.
And you don't know if there's a glass of people just watching you. You don't know that. All you see is a crossbow and you.
Dude, that's
because that could mess with your brain too.
Scenario.
That could mess with your brain.
Someone scream like I go, and then next thing you know, I hit the button,
and you don't know.
And I don't know what.
But now here's to make
But
the
if
odds.
I hit it, it gets scared and it doesn't go at all.
Now here are the odds though. Now, or here's another thing to add to it.
Okay.
For every month that you don't push the button, the percentage goes down 5%. Well, I don't know if that math would add up.
Then I would wait for about a month or so before
But
I touched it.
But every month, how about this? Every 2 weeks that you don't press the button,
A third
The
grade.
they add a Komodo dragon into the room that you're in.
No, Komodo dragons.
Find something fun.
Ants.
A couple snakes.
See, that's fine with me. I mean, I'm not the one changing my little bucket underneath my seat. So, you know.
What if they added something scary into the room?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to have...
What's something you're scared of?
Or what if they said that they're going to have somebody scare you sometime within the next 2 weeks? You don't know when that's coming,
I guess
though.
I'm going to be prepared to die, because if I hit that, I'm going to get scared, and my thumb's going to twitch and hit that button.
Now let's make it...
And then my bucket is going to be completely full underneath my seat.
Now let's make a nice scenario. Okay, John, here's a nice scenario for you. Now you have a button in your hand.
Okay.
Third grader.
A button in your hand, and this button, what it does is
I have my eyes closed. I want to picture this.
Okay, now someone put your hand out.
Okay.
Put your hand out. I just gave you a button. Now, if you push that button, 2 things could happen.
Okay.
You could cure cancer, or you could make everyone have cancer. 50% chance. Would you push that button? You cure not only cancer, but you cure like the cancer now and in the future. Never again will cancer ever happen.
No, I don't do it because I have faith in the human race that we'll eventually come up with at least something to prevent the spread of cancer.
Okay.
Eventually, but if you said that you can also guarantee that we will never do that, and you said that not everybody in the world gets cancer, but 1,000 people die at random over the 7.5 billion people in the world, I would consider it. Not that I want those 1,000 people to die, but I would think long term how many more people would be saved.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, see, that's an interesting scenario because I'm like, do I sacrifice a small group now? You know, in which case we would get that cure.
Right.
Or if I say no, people need to just live their own lives, but there will never be a cure. And that's very close to me because my grandpa died of cancer.
Oh,
you know, and I was really close to my... No, but what
that
I'm
was
saying
really
is, like,
close
I'm
to me.
thinking I could save other people in that situation in the future by sacrificing.
Now you're sacrificing 1,000 people, but let's make this a little bit harder. Half of those, 500 of those people, you know.
I
Like
honestly...
They're really close.
I'll be honest with you. I almost would rather them be close to me. Not that I would want to off my own people, but I think people who are close enough
Would
to me
respect it.
know why I would make that decision. You know, I think it would be harder for me to kill randoms.
Now let's
Because
say
they'd be
there.
like, what's that? What, that guy's a jerk.
Now,
You know,
now let's
but
say
like-
there's 1,000 people in one room. In one room, you don't know. You actually look at all of them when you push the button. And some of them you know. Some of them
I
you
think
don't
I
know.
would still sacrifice, man, because in the long run,
Right,
more
okay,
lives,
that-
a lot
that's-
more lives would
That's
be
fair.
saved.
That's fair. I like that. That's
What
good.
would you guys do?
I
Would you be able to?
I would push the button too. I'd hate it. I would hate it at first, especially at first. I'd feel like a complete and utter jerk. But I feel like like you're saying, in the long run, you will save well more than 1,000 lives.
Do you get to explain yourself to the 1,000 people first?
No.
Let's say there's a speaker.
All it is a room full of people, and someone goes in there and says, "You guys have a chance to die," and then the dude walks out. There's a dude waiting. There's a dude up there pushing a button in 5 minutes.
No, you're the one. You're the one who has hit the button.
Well, I'm saying, like, let's say you're the one pushing the button. I will go in the room, not me, but someone. But I will go in the room and I'll be like, there was someone out there right now.
That would like.
There was someone out there right now about to push the button on you, and they were going to push it in exactly 5 minutes. And sorry, We have a little disturbance. Just give us 1 second.
No, go ahead. I want to hear
bar.
Okay, so you have I look at those 1,000 people and I look at them and say there's someone out there right now going to push a button in 5 minutes that could possibly kill all of you guys. Good luck. And I walk out.
Just want to let you know we're all counting on you. Good luck.
I would still sacrifice 1,000 people.
Now
I would.
They're in a big glass room and you can watch them. They can't see you, but you can see them.
I would really like to explain myself though. Like even if I can't hear them back, I would at least like to give my reasonings and be like, listen, I'm very upset that I have to do this to you, but you are going to be a part of history. Literally, you are going to change history with this sacrifice. Because this magical being that set up this situation knows the cure to cancer. And I would want to explain myself, but I would still do it even if I couldn't.
Okay.
Even
Randy,
if I could.
Last scenario of the session.
Lola Bunny or Minnie Mouse?
No, I was going to ask you one. I was going to ask you one.
I was so ready with that, too.
Lola
What's
Bunny
up?
or Mickey Mouse?
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. I
Lola
would say
Bunny.
Mickey, but I had a Tourette. Okay. What's your last scenario?
My last scenario. Now, this is going to be 2 positive
Gatorade.
things.
Yeah.
Now, I give you a button. There's going to be 3 positive things. I'll give you 3. I'll give you a better choice.
Okay.
3 positive things, I'll give you a button. Or lever, whichever you prefer.
I kind of like levers. I get to pull it.
Now, obviously, it's 33.3% chance.
You have to flip a switch like Frankenstein. It's alive! You actually had to yell that, too.
Now, there's a 33% chance that one of these 3 things are going to happen. One is better than the other, one is better than the other. You know, they're each like...
Right. There's like different tiers of better.
Different tiers of better.
Okay.
Now, the first tier is simply no one dies by this button. No one dies by this button.
This is just one button press, right?
Yeah, one button press,
Okay.
and one of these 3 possibilities could happen.
Okay.
I'll change it. One's going to be bad, one's going to be neutral, one's going to be good.
Okay.
That's fair. Neutral is nothing happens. You push the button, nothing happens. No one gets hurt, no one gets saved, no one does anything. Everything's the same. You just push a button. Bad thing. A nuke goes off somewhere in the world. You don't know where, but you know it's going to go off in the world. Other side, the positive side, is as many people as the nuke would have killed is now saved because from some disease, from some...
Can I add percentages in there?
I already did, 33% chance.
Oh, okay.
Of each. Because
Well, I
there's
mean, like,
each-
can I go differently with that? What if there was a 60% chance nothing was going to happen? And then let's say a 30% chance of the next
That's fair.
worst thing,
That's
and
fair.
then a 10% chance of, like, the worst.
Now remember...
Push what?
But that's actually... But there's no reward in there at the same
There isn't.
time.
The reward in there
But
is
why would you push the button
you
in the
have
first
to
place?
push the button.
Well, then why would you
What,
ask him the
one
question?
button? One button?
Oh, you would... Oh, I guess...
Yeah, why would you ask him the
I'm
question?
still thinking about Smurfs, man. I don't even know what...
They would turn
I got
green.
lost. Yeah,
They would turn green. I looked it
Yeah,
up.
but
They
here's
would
the
turn
thing.
green.
With
I'm just kidding.
situations, there has to be, like, a reward. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, in that situation, Randy's
The
just
reward
done
is
for no matter
reward is
what.
the people who didn't die.
Yeah, but that's not on account of him.
I get to, like,
he has
shake
to press
Jessica
a button no
Alba's
matter what.
hand or something. I don't know.
You get to have as many fame and fortunes as you could have possibly wanted.
How about this? There's a 60, 30, 10% chance, okay? 60% chance everybody in the world lives on just like it is, whatever, but you die poor, penniless, and alone. The 30% chance is whatever, make something up. Like
30% chance of something good or bad. Is this a good or a bad?
Bad.
All third graders
This is bad.
live.
All the third graders are gone.
let's say a group of 1 million people, which is a very small fraction compared to the world population, but 1 million people,
And that's around the world. It's not
Instantly
one
die.
spot. That's around the world.
but you get.
$1 for each person that dies.
I was going
That's
to say
cheap.
$10 million. Or a nuke goes off and destroys a small city of somewhere in the world, and you get, let's say, $1 billion. Now, you don't have to press that button, but there's a 60, 30, 10 chance. So 60% chance, everybody in the world's safe. You die like, you get nothing. You're poor, penniless, nameless, like nobody cares about you, and you're alone. 30% chance, 1 million people die, but you get, say, $50 million, anything like that. I mean, you get a nice chunk of change for sacrificing 1 million people. Or the mini nuke, millions of people die, but you are rich beyond belief, like $1 billion, and property somewhere. Let's say you get your own like island, but you don't have to press that button. And how about this? I'll even shake it up even more. In that 60% chance, the lowest tier, you die poor, penniless, and alone. But everybody in the world gets, let's say, something fun, like free chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. Like, everybody benefits.
Or a free
Even
ball pit.
Right, something.
Like
Like everybody in the
like
world.
in their backyard.
Benefits something.
For the third graders.
Right.
For those third graders. We love you, third graders.
Everybody in the world benefits something small, which, you know, a sandwich to somebody who's literally starving in, like, Africa somewhere, that would mean the world to them. So, like, everybody benefits, but you don't in that situation. The other two, the smaller chances, you benefit greatly.
And a
but
big
other
group of people
literally die.
Oh, now he's pushing the button for one of the three to happen?
Just the way I am right now, I'd probably choose that one button where I'm poor and penniless.
No, I mean, what if it's one button? But it's literally one button. You push it, one of those three scenarios happen with those percentages. Or you can just not press it at all.
And you just walk out.
Right.
I would probably press the button to see what happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty huge.
It's pretty big, but
that
at
is
the
a
same
pretty
time,
big decision.
it's like...
I would not push the button.
Because that 1%, you said the 1% was a lot greater.
60, 30, 10.
Yeah. If that's 60%, then...
But there's 40% of something bad happening to a big group of people.
Yeah, see, that's what kills me. That percentage isn't high enough for me. If I was to, like, say, if it was like an 85, 10, and 5 percentile, I would probably hit the button to maybe benefit everybody.
Right.
But
I wouldn't push the button because, like
tough.
I said earlier, I'm content, and I feel like I'm going to be content throughout.
It's all about you. It's all about you're not looking out for those millions of people that you might
Those
mini
third graders and zombies.
That's terrible.
What are
It's
you
all
talking
about
about?
you.
No, I'm saying like I don't.
You didn't want us to be in the limo with you. A couple situations.
I
ago.
did want you guys to be in the limo. I did want you guys to be in the limo with me. I was
You know
telling
what? This is my call out of the day. I'm sick of you, Kevin. You're always looking out for yourself. You're
No,
so
I'm not.
selfish.
I'm trying to.
It's all about patting your own pockets. You want to catapult kids out.
No, I didn't say anything.
You
like
won't.
that,
You don't
dude.
want to be. And
I would not push
drop
the
on your
button.
head.
I would not push the button. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, let's make it simple. 99% chance that everybody in the world is you're gonna increase economies, get rid of world peace. Get rid of world peace. Yeah, it's pure anarchy. No, I mean, like, the world will be set straight.
Purple. Smurf would turn purple when you choke it.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry to cut you off.
Well, that would make sense because, like,
it's blue and
red.
The more blood that rushes to it.
But then again, is Smurf blood red?
That is a good question. It could be
because, like, honestly,
magenta.
what popped into my head is yellow. Like,
Really?
I could see Smurf.
I was
blood being
going
yellow.
green.
I thought green. Bless you. I could see.
Sorry, guys.
I could see a Smurf turning green at the same time, but I think Smurf blood might be yellow. I could see being yellow. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Oh well. Are we done?
I don't know. Well, because no one pushed the button yet.
No one pushed the button.
But what if there's like a 99% chance that you're literally going to help everybody with something small, like starving people would get a good amount of food and water. You know,
Right.
people who have bills.
99%
chance.
Now, what's the 1%?
The 1% is you and your family, like your relatives. I'm not talking just your immediate.
Can I tell them the situation?
Yeah, you have to tell them the situation.
I probably
and you have to listen to their feedback.
I probably would because
and you don't have to hit the button
because there's a
99% chance that you help everybody in the world with
That's-
something smaller. Maybe a couple bills get paid off. Something small. Let's say somebody needs a car. Maybe they get not a junker, but something. You know, like everybody in the world benefits.
I think that's a good enough chance to hit the button.
That 1% chance. I mean, your family, your friends, everybody die.
Family
Everybody
and
you've
friends?
ever. How about this? Everybody you've ever interacted with, more than just a hey, how's it going? Like, it maybe had a conversation with. They're now in. So let's say, let's pretend that's 2,000 people, give or take. That includes maybe customers you may have had a small conversation with. You know, not like, hey, how's it going?
I don't know if I could do it then, because I would really miss you guys and my third graders. So,
All you know is us two and your third
I
graders.
think I would do it, man. Like, I would sacrifice for the greater good.
I probably would too.
But at the same time, the greater good really isn't that great.
is money really worth more than me?
Well, that's the thing. No, it's not. But a 99% might be.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Now, if you drop that down, then I would probably say no, because they're not getting that much out of it. You know, it's just something small. Now, if it was something big and you could end, you know, like wars, and you can end all kinds of like diseases and stuff, man,
I think 99
even if the chances were,
I think 99 is a good chance. I would go with it.
if I had, even if I had a 50-50 shot. Like, I hate to say it like this, but even if I had a 50-50 shot of losing everybody I've ever known, but that also meant that I could cure all that stuff and get rid of that stuff. Yeah, everybody. Okay. I would still probably do it because the greater good would be helping more people in the end.
Yeah,
even at 50-50 shot, like, if I just think of all the people, I mean, just look at our soldiers right now, man, like overseas and stuff. How many of them die every day? Like, that would be done. You would save so many lives, starting with that on out. Right. I would probably do that. I would probably
push the button as well. Now, last and really quick scenario.
Okay.
Now, we're going to kind of go with what you were saying. 80%, but we're going to do 80%. 80% chance that everyone in the world is going to have something good happen.
Okay. Something small?
Something relatively small. Like you were saying.
Bills paid or some food and stuff
something
like that.
Something like that. But none of them ever know your name. That you know.
That's fine.
They don't know that you did it. They don't care that you did it.
That's how I prefer it to be. I don't want to be like someday I just
don't need
a
name on a building or anything like that.
Right.
Just the fact that you did it. It's I think it's more gentlemanly
because you got to think of the whole. Right.
Yeah.
That's what basically that was the thing was going to be like. Would you guys prefer to have your name out there so people knew that you did this, or would you guys not care?
I wouldn't care.
Wouldn't care. I do not need that recognition.
I want the Randy Dome.
Dude, they built a giant dome.
It has my face on it.
You can open up a company called Shepherd Security.
Yeah,
dude,
Shepherd Security, yeah.
If you owned your own dome, and it literally was like, let's say half of it was concrete, or like pavement or whatever, and then the other half was, let's say, like just grass. And like, it's just like all windows up top, natural light. Like, that would be the coolest thing to have your own dome.
And my face is on the front of like
you just do whatever you want.
Like,
you have like tennis ball launcher, like turrets everywhere.
And it
stuff
actually be
like,
called the Rain Dome. The Rain Dome.
That's awesome.
The Rain Dome.
Dude, I can't wait for another podcast with us already. And we're not even
joining us again?
I'm going to try and join you guys again if I have the days.
Realistically, if somebody hung in there, this is at 120 minutes. Or an hour and 20 minutes. Which would be... 120 minutes, that's
60
2 hours.
Plus 20, so 80.
No, I'm saying not 120.
No, 120 is 2 hours.
Right.
If you hung in this far, then you guys...
Then I want to give you a hug.
We appreciate that. It started off, I don't want to say slow, but Randy's randomness. But it was fun once the third grade stuff hit on out. Like, situations are fun.
Like, I really think everybody's
fun fact of the day.
Sitting down and be like laughing because it's like, oh my god, they're really talking about third graders in so many different scenarios.
Okay, fun.
Yeah, but I'm curious though. Like, I kind of want to fight a third grader right now.
Hey, and you guys listening, give us a comment, give us a suggestion of any scenarios or any answers to our scenarios.
Now, how would they get in contact with us, Kevin?
YouTube. Or our Gmail account, which happens to be justkiddingwithjnk@gmail.com.
How convenient!
That's so crazy.
Hey!
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's random.
But you guys just give us some suggestions. Here's my fun fact. Should I do one or two?
Do one.
One
because we're running long.
Like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is different as well.
Wow.
So everyone has a very unique tongue print, just like they do their fingerprint.
Very nice.
That's a little lick of information.
Boo.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us again. Thanks again for joining us on another episode of Just Kidding with John and Kevin with our special guest Randy.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you guys. I love you guys, and I love you all.
I love you all.
And we really do. We really do like the third graders. We're not trying to bash third graders. It just happened to be what John wanted to talk about.
I hate third graders.